was a tough game, man. It's just a tough way to end. But I hope that the fans and everybody else in the league in general doesn't just look at our season and then reduce it to this game.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Currently, another pod here on KC Sports Network, where I guess we're talking all things KC current and NWSL playoffs. I'm Daniel Kooser here with Chris Wright. Chris, hello. How are you, sir?
Why do you even ask? You know exactly exactly how I am. I know it's our routine, but man, it just I don't know. It still lingers with me. I still can't stop thinking about it. I can't let it go.
We aren't paid analysts at all. Everyone knows by now we're just regular fans who think we know a thing or two sometimes and like to talk about soccer.
Occasionally,
and we're sad.
Yeah.
We're sad just like everyone else right now. And it's just big trees fall hard, man. Giants tumble.
Yeah, when you have a number 1 versus a number 8 and the media blows that up, right? They almost treat it like it's a NCAA, 1 versus 32 kind of a deal. But in reality,
Gotham's Goliath.
Exactly. In reality, Gotham's a lot better than an 8th seed. And when you don't have 2 of your top 3 attackers, and really crappy weather, that's what's going to happen.
It evens things up, man. It was unfavorable playing conditions, pretty windy, wind chills in the lower 20s, I believe. Dude, shouts to the gals who had no sleeves or gloves, they were saying, screw it. None of this matters. I think I'd at least need some gloves out there. I'd at least need some gloves.
I had hot hands. I had my long johns I would not stop talking about. Like I was all bundled up. The only thing I wish I had was kind of a face covering for my nose. And I wish I'd done like the hot hands for your feet. But other than that, I was feeling pretty good. Yeah.
It's dude, I had my face mask on. Our friend Sky said I look like Bernie Sanders. I was like, God damn it. Because I had my arms crossed and I was just all bundled up like an old man.
It's like I am once again asking for, a Kansas City Current victory.
Yeah, just needed. We needed it, man. And on the way, I picked you up on the way there, and we were talking like this doesn't feel right today. This doesn't feel good. Gotham's a great freaking team. And then, 1 versus 8, this is going to be an upset. The whole league's going to be in uproarious applause when this happens. We're the villains, bro. And the villains lost. And that's what the world wanted right now. It sucks so much.
Man, there's so much social media shade coming the Current's way. People are mocking like teal time and, the Gotham put like scratch that out and put our time.
I know. They're like underdogs my ass, all that stuff.
I've seen so many creative ones. I'm trying to remember them as we speak here, but it sucks, man. They put so much effort into the hype and the promotion, as you should with your team, right? Like they did what they should do. All teams should do that, but it just sucks when you're the number 1 and you get beat by the last seed.
It does, and you got NWSLsoccer.com saying that. Third time's the charm, right? They lost to us twice and then beat us the third time. You could have said that no matter who we played, though, because we just kept winning. We won everything. We beat a couple teams twice, didn't we?
Yeah, most teams. Twice.
So it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah, I remember actually getting ready to go to the gym, and you texted me, and you're like, "Oh shit, Cooper's out."
Yeah.
And we knew Chewingo, right? We were hoping she was questionable. So we kind of hoped she might play, but to see Cooper out, that was a surprise. After the game, Vladko mentioned that it was an accumulation of just kind of damage, and she got her foot stepped on against San Diego. So that was, unknowing to us at the time, but that's what led to her being out.
Just sucks, man. It just sucks because I think we did that. We would have had a better chance with Cooper on the field. No shade against Nichelle Prince, who came off a great performance the week prior when she scored a goal that mattered a lot. It just Michelle does things that no one else does, and she's been in such an incredible run of form with us and the national team. So when I saw she was out, I was like, oh, I don't like the way this is trending with the weather being cold and the storyline and Michelle Cooper. And I'm like, well, maybe Chwinga plays, right? She's questionable. They upgraded her to questionable. She didn't play. That hurt too. We're like, damn, at least one of them would have made a big difference.
I mean, they, spoiler, they won in the 121st minute. You could not convince me that having one of them would have been a huge game changer. And we'll talk about it, but when it got down to the creeping up to 90 and then in the extra time, like first of all, everybody was hurting. Same with Gotham, right? I mean, they're all in it together. But I mean, Bia, also unknowingly had a sprained MCL. Vladko said that she was going on 50%. Wow. And she was out there until the very, very, very end. So 114th, I think, is when Bia came off.
It's rough, dude. It seemed like Gotham's game plan was guard the Brazilians, and that's what they did. They really took out Debinha and Bia, and they really didn't have a whole lot of opportunities. Kayla Sharples, I think, did not play the best game. Obviously, she made that one mistake, and that's what everyone's going to think of, that she stepped too high or whatever it was. But, people think we played our best. I don't think we played our best game. I think the girls probably think that too, because their best would be they would have won.
Yeah, I don't, even with the weather, I don't think you can look at that game and think that we played our best. That they gave their best effort, right? I don't want to confuse those two. They all gave a hell of an effort. Every single one of them played their ass off, especially in that weather. We being out there for 120 minutes, we saw Izzy Rodriguez, man, just one of my favorite players of all time, just streaking back and forth, making those runs, making them back, taking up space, doing everything. And she was out there limping basically when the ball was not near her. Yeah. You take a look at some of the other players, exact same thing. Everybody left it out there. I mean, I'm proud of the team. I'm proud of how they played. It just kind of felt like we were a wounded animal going into that game.
Definitely did feel like that. But I mean, also our game plan seemed to be to just play it to Bia for the most part, especially when Debinha left the field. It was like, oh, who's Haley Mace going to kick to this time? Bia again. The ball just constantly went there. And, Bia didn't have Michelle Cooper on the side helping out. And I'm not making excuses here, because we always said that our backups could beat the starters of most teams. You know what I mean? We were like, we got depth. And that depth was tested. We saw some Alex Pfeiffer. That was fun to see, get a little youth in there.
She added a spark too, by the way. I thought then before the last bit of extra time, the last 15 minutes, man. Yeah, I don't know if the camera caught it, but as music was playing, she was jumping up and down. She was kind of lip syncing. She was vibing. She was into it. So to see that, it kind of reminded me of that I'm ready for this moment kind of a mentality. Like she was pumped. So to see her out there, and she made a couple of good passes, just, nobody really had a great opportunity.
Playoff soccer hits differently, man, because even Bailey Feist got in there and got a little more aggressive than I've ever seen her get, winning headers and stuff like that. And maybe that's just lack of seeing her on the field, really. She doesn't get a whole lot of playing time, but she got some meaningful minutes there at the end, in which we thought, man, a lot of these girls are going to have to take penalty kicks soon. That's crazy. What a crazy Sunday we've signed ourselves up for. And that wasn't to be had, man.
When it crept up to about 118, 119, 120, I mentally resigned myself to the fact that we're taking PKs. I was trying to list them off in my head, like who would take them. And but
maybe we were too. Maybe the girls were, and they're like, "Oh boy, that's lack of concentration." Great.
Well, it was Chip and Vlad who were sitting next to me. They said something like, the worst thing that could happen is we lose in PKs, right? Because the weather, we were all cold. We didn't want to have
the worst.
Yeah. And then after they scored in the 121st minute, I was like, no, the worst is to lose in the 121st minute. It was a tough game, man. It's just a tough way to end. But I hope that the fans and everybody else in the league in general doesn't just look at our season and then reduce it to this game.
Yeah, I don't think so. But most leagues around the world end with a champion at the regular season. It's just over. They don't do playoffs. But Americans are suckers for their playoffs, and that's where we are, dude. And we're in the culture where you don't celebrate a supporters shield, a shield winner. You don't celebrate that because it's not the big one. It's not viewed as the big one, even though it's a pretty cool piece of hardware. It's not the big one, so it's gonna.
I wish they would, but I mean, there's something about the parity of this league, man. But 3 of the 4 playoff games went to extra time, by the way, and the one that didn't, Orlando and Racing, it was 1-0 going into extra time. And then Martha made an incredible run to draw a PK. So these games were very tight, very close, which just goes to show how entertaining it is. It's not like a European league, right? Where you have Chelsea's won it 6 years in a row. Like, that's not fun. Yeah, you get to see great players, but I mean, it's not competitive.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I want to analyze this game a little further, but before we do, I got to call all Chiefs fans. You could be on the field at the 50 inside GEHA Field for the official coin toss at a Chiefs home game this season. Visit Chiefs.com/GEHA now. Enter to win a chance to be on the field for a once-in-a-lifetime view of the pregame coin toss. Plus, you can score other exclusive prizes. Enter for a chance to win at Chiefs.com/GEHA. GEHA is the proud partner of the Kansas City Chiefs.
I'm Brett Goodwin, one of the owners of The Learning Tree. The Learning Tree is a neighborhood toy store in Prairie Village, Kansas. This has been here in this location since 2000s, and my husband Alan and I purchased the store in 2023. Alan and I grew up in families where we've always wanted to have a business together. Alan grew up, for instance, his parents had a jewelry store. I worked in a local toy store here in Prairie Village when I was growing up. When this opportunity happened in 2023, we knew right away we wanted to contact them and pursue the store. We wouldn't have been able to get the store without the team at Emprise Bank. From the day we contacted them, they knew what we needed to do, which was very helpful. I would absolutely recommend the team at Emprise Bank to anyone looking to secure a business. We worked with Emprise from day one. They were extremely helpful. They were always great resources. We talk to them frequently. They know the area. They're very friendly. We know who we're going to talk with, and they know what we need to do. We hope we'll see you at the Learning Tree.
Dude, so remember at the game when I told you I'm probably going to pass out in front of the TV tonight? Totally did.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, dude, I was trying to watch Welcome to Derry, and it's an 8 o'clock show, so it gets over around 9. I wake up, it's almost 10, and I see it's still on. And I'm like, what the hell is this? How's it still on? Well, no, it auto-played the It movie.
Oh, wow.
And which is it looked the same. The show looks like the movie, so pretty wild. Let's talk about this game a little more. Let's get into the nitty-gritty of it, man. We talked about the lineup a little bit. Allie Sentnor in there. We figured she'd be pretty instrumental in this game. We needed her. If there's one for her to step up, she's going to do it. Michelle obviously starting in place for Cooper. Other than that, man, pretty unchanged. Mace, Ball, Sharples, Rodriguez in the back. Lowe and Hutton flanking Allie Sentnor, Lorena in goal. To be on the other side. I feel good about the lineup. I feel great.
Outside of injuries, it's a top choice lineup.
Sure. I mean, dude, even Prince, I'm like, you've been around for a bit. You're perfectly capable, and then you look at their side. Well, they got Shaw spearheading the attack. They got a great goalkeeper. Who showed off her skills a little bit, didn't she?
I mean, she's one of the best goalkeepers in the world. So, yeah.
But Gotham's got big names on every line too, man. You got Purse on the outside wing there, Lavelle spearheading things in the midfield, and then of course Emily Sonnet and Bruninha back there, dude. That was they were tearing it up all game. They were very good.
Bruninha was on everybody's ass, and like you mentioned the other day, Sonnet was in Bia's pocket. Like, gave her no room to really do anything.
Zero room. And I think she probably knew she was injured a little bit and figured she'd take advantage of that. Be able to play close, play rough. And Gotham did play rough. They were more physical too, man. And they played the game when they needed to. They knew they had the crowd against them. So they played that villain role. Like, I'm injured.
They played the refs, they played the crowd, they played the current perfectly.
It sucks because, I do like to compare and say that, at least the women's league don't fake injuries. You know what I mean? That's a men's league thing. But then I saw Gotham, they'd be down, stopping that clock, and then up and running, not even limping. And I'm like, this is crazy. That can't be true.
Yeah, I know it's part of the game, right? I know it's part of it. We all deal with it. But man, when I don't know how much time is truly tracked when they're on the game, when they're on the ground, right? They're on the ground for 3 minutes. Do we get 3 minutes of extra time? Now, keep in mind, I'll be the first to be a hypocrite, because if the roles were reversed, I would be like, Lorena, just keep rolling, turn it to Neymar out there. But when you're on the other side, I still feel like they have to do something about it. But, yeah, I don't know what you do. I know it's a different conversation, but
they do make them go off for a bit, but then they come right back on the field. So they certainly don't make them stay off for as long as they were down. Like, they're not tracking that number. That's ridiculous.
No. And how can you tell a true injury versus somebody who's trying to milk it?
You can't. Because something might not look bad, but actually you got stepped on, and bro, getting stepped on freaking hurts.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Our Midge Purse last year, was it last year or this year? I can't remember. Maybe it was this year, or it was last year, but she tore her ACL and she went down, and it didn't look like much. And then she still played, and then she went back down, and it was just kind of,
and you feel like an asshole for booing.
Yeah, the opposing fan group was booing, and then she tore her ACL. So it was obviously last year, not this year. She played this
feeling pretty dumb.
Yeah, so you can't tell.
Well, dude, the majority of this game, like, you could kind of tell they were feeling each other out in like the first 15 minutes. Just kind of a little back and forth thing, passing around. No one was making big attacking moves, in my opinion. The biggest thing happened in about the 17th minute. You know what I'm talking about? That Ali Sentnor slice on net, dude, that made that goalkeeper go full extension.
Yeah,
that was beautiful.
That was a hell of a shot, and she was one of the more dangerous attacking options we had in the whole first half.
I wish she would have shot more of these, because this is on target and really forced the keeper to make a fast twitch move here. It was just beautiful, dude. And it's going in goal.
Yeah, it was across the
oh my goodness
face of the goal. That was a beautiful shot.
Yeah. And goalkeepers, they just jump up and fall on their whole body. Like, that just doesn't sound great.
I feel like it's a wrestler. Your body probably kind of becomes callous to just jumping up and just landing on the ground.
I don't like to fall, man. Not my thing. But these long goalkeepers do it all the time.
Right.
It's just, Ali, dude, I like I said, wanted her to shoot more. But they were testing Lorena too, man. They were making her dodge and slide and save and all the stuff. I got scared. I was like, something's going to break through here, and I'm not sure it's going to be in our favor.
This game was one of those games where it was really who would make the first mistake, right? And who, would the other team be able to capitalize on it? Weather was crappy. The wind was brutal, by the way. Below talked about that in the post game, saying how whoever had the wind, going out from their back really had a benefit in the half. And she also, didn't use that as an excuse. She said they both, had to deal with the wind, but it just, that was effective. And I think you saw it later in our goal, right? And then I was wondering why the keepers wouldn't come out aggressively. Like, Lorena just kind of stood back and kind of let the play unfold, as opposed to being aggressive and punching it away. I think a lot of that had to do with the wind.
Yeah, 100%. Dude, we had another big time attempt. Remember Nichelle Prince was through on goal?
29th minute.
Oh my God, dude. Was able to take a little tap, kicks it right at the goalkeeper, comes back at Nichelle, and she gets a second chance to get a boot on it. Oh my God, dude. Like, I bet she wants that one back. Goalkeeper does their job, though. Tries to get big, but didn't come out and smother the ball. Like, Nichelle had, could have slotted it each way, but shot it right at her.
Yeah. I would have liked to have her put that lower,
low and hard.
Low and hard. I think if she did low and hard, she has a better chance. But just kind of, like you said, kicked it right at her. Great reaction by Berger. And then great run by Debinha to lead to that. Like, Debinha kind of out dribbles a few people and then lays it off perfectly. And credit to Prince for even getting a second attempt, because that ball took a deflection and it was kind of a quick twitch thing where, she just tried to do anything she could. But That was, one of our best opportunities all game.
Yeah, it was pretty insane. Dude, I think we're just happy to be 0-0 at the half. We're
Right.
like, okay, man, regroup, talk about some things that are going wrong. What do you got to do? Don't give up a goal early in this first half or in the second half, right?
Yeah.
And it's just, I didn't see anything wild coming out of half. You know what I mean? It was still kind of playing a little defensive soccer, right?
There was a great look. Yeah, definitely defensive. There's a great look in the 62nd. Prince kind of had the ball over on the side, made a really good run, dropped it right off for Sentinor. And that ball, and she shot that thing. That was a rocket. She blasted that thing, but it went right into Bia and right into a defender. I don't know if it was just Bia who blocked it. It was really difficult to tell from the camera angle. But I mean, who knows what would have happened? But that was a hell of a shot. Maybe would have been on target. Maybe would have been in, but just too much traffic at the end of the day.
Yeah, there were some people just clogging things up. It was amazing, dude. But their goal happens when Kayla Sharples tries to intercept the ball and missed it. And when you miss it, the offensive player's off to the races. And it's just bad. A split second short decision making. Just a split second shy.
We've been very effective at, challenging those balls that come in and beating them to the punch, or maybe just getting a foot on it and kind of putting your hip into a player to where they have to dribble away from the goal. And she just flat out whiffed, man.
I do wish Elizabeth Ball would have come out on the player more, because she is guarding nobody. Mace actually has the runner at the back post, so Mace seems to have that covered. So maybe Mace should have shouted at Ball and said, like, I got the runner, get Ball. Something just very simple like that. But she had the angle to help out there is what I'm saying.
Yeah. And I wonder if Ball thought there was somebody else behind her, maybe, a runner behind Mace, and just not able to come over and help. And you don't know in the moment, right? Like, that's instinct. It sucks because Sharples has done such a good job of keeping everything in front of her. She's athletic, but she's not the type of athletic center back who's going to go forward, make a play, and then, use her athleticism to, come back. Even though I thought she got back pretty well, that's not her strong suit. Her strong suit's just keeping things in front of her, closing angles, taking up space, and, she's going to look at that one. And obviously last year's with Marta and feel pretty bad, but,
yeah, I'm sure she didn't want that reminder.
She did a good job of tracking back, but what a great shot by Shaw, man. Shaw, great game, player of the game. She had the assist as well.
She played really well. And Sennett, Emily, right? Who made the assist? Emily Sonnet?
Yeah.
Sonnet made the assist there. So 2 big name players, dude, making an impact on that team. And now we're, game goes on with little to no chances for us, really. And they're just playing defense, and you're like, what are we gonna do? Like, we're losing this game, and I'm freezing my face off. Like, this is what I'm pissed. The only thing good about this day was that Yoli Tortilleria had breakfast burritos. That's the best thing about the day, in my opinion.
Well, even leading up, so we had a couple subs. Hopkins came on for Prince in the 70th, which was a good sub. I think we're all
probably
happy for that one. Nichelle ran her tail off for 70 minutes. Wheeler came on for Ball. Mace scooted back in the inside, as she's done before. She had a string of games where she played really well at center back. Bia got a yellow in the 81st, which was a little bit of a storyline later because she was warned many times after that. So she couldn't play that type of defensive, hold up style like she usually does. She had to be very selective. And then Pfeiffer came on in the 85th for Dabinia. Just trying to bring in some attacking firepower.
Tried to, yeah. And then, 8 minutes of added extra time. I was hoping for more in the first half. I think I predicted 11 or 12.
Yeah.
But 8 is what it was. And I'm like, man, this is it. I can't believe this is happening right now. Like this, we've been the most consistent team all year. Just to lose like this, that sucks.
I felt there was no chance, to be honest. Like, I was
done.
I was in a dark place.
And Ellie Wheeler said, "Shut your mouth. Watch me go to work." And this was beautiful. She equalized in the 96th minute.
Yeah.
And I lost my voice. I still feel like I'm recovering. It was insane, dude. I know you couldn't hear me because I was in my little Bernie Sanders face mask.
I had such like a feral like reaction. Like I went feral for a minute. I did like the manliest kind of yell growl I think I've ever done in my life. I don't think I could repeat that unless I'm, pulling a car off of a pregnant woman. But like, I think we all lost our shit, and you could tell that the crowd was ready to pop, right? Like the crowd was ready to explode. And I don't know if the wind had something to do with that shot. If Berger lost it, she should have had that easily.
But put that on her left foot like that. Oh my God. Is she left-footed? Because that's insane.
I mean, she's right back. So I think she just cut inside and let her rip, man.
Isn't right back normally right-footed?
Yeah.
And then she shoots with her left like this. God dang.
I think she just had the space to cut inside, and maybe the defender didn't expect it because she was expecting to go outside.
What's crazy is she'll remember that goal in that moment for the rest of her life. I just hate that we couldn't bring home the victory for that moment, because that memory of hers is also attached to this memory. It just sucks.
Well, hopefully she can, detach that over time, because that's such a great moment for her. And as a defender, there might not be many of those in your life that you get. So hopefully she enjoys it and can remember it and
totally
savors it.
And she's here for a long time, man. She's with us for a bit.
Yep.
Do you know we dominated extra time, by the way? Dominated. We had so much of the ball, and we're getting dude, I was like, oh, there's another interception on our part. Oh, another interception. Oh, another steal. We were all over them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how we couldn't break through. But I love seeing the pressure like that.
I mean, at this point, I think both teams were playing for PKs, right? I think teams were exhausted.
We were shooting. Like Lowe had a great shot on goal, forced the keeper to dive a little bit.
Bia had a good one too on the top.
Bia had, I was just saying that Bia happened a little later.
I wonder if she should have laid that off to Izzy, by the way. Izzy was trailing with not many people on her. But in the moment, you don't know that. I don't blame her for taking that shot, by the way. I just kind of caught my eye.
It's so crazy, dude. I don't know how. Whoo, she just has to get a palm on it, too. Goalkeeper just has to get a palm on it.
Yeah.
But after that first extra time, I was like, okay, if this was like a boxing match, where there's like no knockout, no winner or loser yet, but you're like, who wins that round? We won that round.
Yep.
Didn't you feel that way?
Yeah, so it was a 10-9 for sure. We're piecing them up.
A 10-9. I'll never understand the scoring system. I'm like, okay, so 10 judges voted for him and 9 voted for him. What does this mean? Is there only 19 judges?
10 points to 9 for the round.
Who awards points? Like, who even does that?
We do in this.
Dude. So second extra time though, a lot more boring. Which I'm like, fine. Now I'm playing for penalties. Yeah. Let's go to penalties. You're in the 121st minute, and you're going extra. There's 2 minutes added extra time. Like, okay, let's just.
I wish they would have just ended that or one. Had they done one? I don't know.
Had they done one, we still lose because this is scored at 1:20:26. Unbelievable. And I don't know how this happens. I don't know how this goal gets in, but you could feel the oxygen go out of the stadium. No one was breathing. And then some people were clapping and trying to, cheer on the ladies. And it's like, it's over. Like, it's over. Our clapping is just to say, hey, thanks for a good year. Because Lorena's face says it all after that. Pissed. Just done.
I was looking very helplessly, hoping for like an offsides of some sort. I was anything. Just give me anything. I mean, I don't care how fair or not it was. A foul. Maybe there was a foul. Did they push? Whatever. I was grasping at anything, but it was a great goal.
I'm not too much of a sourpuss that I can't get excited for human beings, because I look at the elation that Gotham players had after scoring that goal, and I can appreciate the moment. You know what I mean? I can see it from the other side, And that's just what it is as sports fans too, man. And there's so many levels. There's like those neutral sports fans that can like empathize with the other side and be like, that just happens. It happens. There's hardcore ones that are just like, oh my God, my life is over. And then there's those mild ones who are like, it's just sports, man. There's another season next year. You know, I think I'm in that neutral. And I'm like, this sucks so hard. But I also love seeing another team, you know, look happy.
I'm not that crazy hardcore fan, but I'm a little bit between that and the neutral in your chart there.
Yeah.
I mean, I was not happy for him. I'm going to put it out there. I was not happy for that human moment. Not at all. Now, in hindsight,
win the whole thing.
Who knows? Who knows? But now in hindsight, you know, it was a great moment. Now I can say, you know, I hope they enjoyed that moment. Again, they're going to remember that for the rest of their life. But at that time, I was not thinking that at all.
Yeah. Well, we haven't lost at home since last summer, so that's fun.
Yeah. It just, I don't know. The players left it out there, man. They left it all in the field. They did everything they could. And just a quick, you know, kind of run at the numbers here. Let's see. Possession wise, they had 58 to our 42. In terms of XG, we had 1.17 to their 0.86. So we actually outscored them in XG. Then I got a couple little tidbits of XG here. Jaden Shaw, her goal in the 68th had a 0.04 XG. Ellie Wheeler and her goal had a 0.03 XG. And then Katie Stengel had a 0.13 XG. That broke our heart.
That's insane. Did you know in 2021 they were the first to advance as the number 6 seed? And now they're the first to ever advance as the number 8.
Wow.
That's saying a number 8 or a number 6 never won before that?
I'm not sure. That's a good question.
That's crazy. Now Orlando gets to host. When Orlando was not even, you know, they weren't guaranteed a second hosting game.
Yeah, that's another reason I'm upset we lost. Orlando gets the benefit of the home game.
I know. All 4 of these teams, though, that are in the semifinals now, Washington's going to play Portland on Saturday. Gotham's going to play Orlando on Sunday. Those are high-class teams, bro.
The last
if you watch those, you're going to be entertained.
The last 4 championships are them.
Yeah.
2021 was Washington. 2022 was Portland. And then Gotham. And then, oh my gosh, who won it last year?
Orlando.
I'm blank. That's right. Orlando. Yeah, last 4 teams.
That's kind of insane. And we're just the stepsister, man. That couldn't get to the ball. You know? It's too bad too, because it's just when you see such a year of dominance, and that cannot go unmentioned. You know, like we were the most consistent team of the year, and it just November 9th was just not our day. That sucks.
We had the best NWSL regular season in history,
and broke so many records, dude. Some that are probably untouchable, some that no one might never break, and that's exciting.
Absolutely.
Did you, what was it? They announced some award finalists. Did you see that?
I did. We have quite a few players in there. Pretty much at every single position as well. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Timwa and Bia are up for MVP, which is kind of cool to have 2 players up there for MVP. Defender also has 2. That's awesome. I mean, you would think the categories that have 2, it's guaranteed to one of them, maybe, but I don't know if that's a good way to think. So hey, hold on one sec, folks. We got some more to talk about, but first,
hey NFL fans, what's your favorite touchdown? For me, it's the next one. And that's because with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, every touchdown could bring you closer to cashing in. First touchdown scores to anytime touchdown props or the thrill of live in-game betting, every snap is loaded with opportunity. And here's the best part. New customers bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $300 in bonus bets instantly. So your team hitting pay dirt pays out to you. You download the DraftKings Sportsbook app, use code KCSN. That's code KCSN for new customers to turn $5 into $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY to 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. Pass-through of per wager tax may apply in Illinois. Must be 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. The bet must win to receive bonus bets which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, visit dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer.
Welcome back, everybody. As we were wrapping up the NWSL award finalist, do you have any massive predictions in those categories, man? Like, does Vlatko deserve Coach of the Year, even though he didn't make the big game?
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see how you break almost every NWSL regular season record, set, the most wins, the most points. Name a stat, and he probably broke it, right? Or the Crunch broke it. There's no way he should not get that. I mean, you take a look at Beverly Yanez for Louisville's also up there, and they lost the first round. Adrian Gonzalez, he's certainly a worthy candidate. I don't know how you give it to anybody but Vlatko, to be honest. In terms of the MVP, I mean, I don't know how you don't do Temwa. I mean, the numbers are there. Like, she has the most goals and assists. If you take a look at XG or opportunities created, I'm sure it's way up there. I just don't know how you look at those other players who all had great years, by the way, but you can't tell me that one of those players had the same impact that Temwa Chawinga had. You remove all of those players from your team, there's not one player who has as much of an impact when they're not playing as Temwa.
Yeah. And do you think Lorena could legitimately win goalkeeper of the year?
Yeah.
Has to, right?
Has to. It's going to be, Berger's good. She deserves a lot, but
she just showed she's good.
she shows she's great. Goalkeeper's kind of hard to judge, right? It's not as, you don't have as many factors, as many data points, right? Clean sheets, obviously, or goals against, or saves, and that kind of a thing. I certainly think Lorena is got to be a top contender. In my opinion, it's her or Berger.
Oh yeah, I would say so. Defender of the year, though, I don't know if that goes to Kayla or Izzy. That's a little tougher competition there.
It is. I mean, in Bug and Tara McEwen, who got hurt in her playoff game, and Avery Patterson, all were the contenders. I don't know, man. I tend to have a bias towards outside backs. That's what I like to watch. In rec, that's what I play. And, Sharples anchored that center position of our defense, just absolute stud. But Izzy tied the league in assists as a defender. She tied Cascarino, which is wild, who's up for MVP for assists. If our defender tied a MVP for assists, like, if that doesn't give you an extra edge, then I don't know what will. In my opinion, it's Izzy, but next week I'll take a look at all the numbers, all the stats, and just kind of see where I think we will land. And for midfield, that's kind of hard to tell.
I know, man. That Olivia Moultrie is real good.
Moultrie is having a great year. Matsukubo, she just went on fire the second half of the year. She's one of my favorite players to watch outside of Kansas City. So, and then Hutton and Dabinia. Dabinia's amazing, as we know. Hutton is kind of tough to tell when you have a defensive mid, because they just don't have those flashy data points that an attacking midfielder has.
Yeah,
she's certainly worthy and up there.
I feel you. And Rookie of the Year, obviously, we don't have anybody there, but I did think that Lori, I want to say Real, but Lily Real. I heard them say real at the game, but I was like, oh, should have been Reale. Little Italian action. I thought she played really well against us. So
yes. Yeah, and she played the national team. With the national team, she got a call up as well. So,
okay.
Riley Tiernan had a great first half of the year for LA and just kind of, petered out a little bit, but yeah, I mean, still fantastic. She came in as like a, not undrafted, but certainly just like I don't want to say camp body, but somebody who came in with very little expectation, earned her spot and had a great year.
Yeah. 100%. Oh man, what else? What am I missing?
So one big piece of news here. Atlanta.
Hey, that's right.
Yeah, they landed the next NWSL expansion franchise backed by Arthur Blank. If you know Atlanta sports, you know who he is, for a record of $165 million. Absolutely record. Crushed the last one. So Atlanta's a great sports city, man. Good for them.
Yeah, I've only been in Atlanta like on a layover or something. You know what I mean? I don't think I've ever done anything in Atlanta, but this obviously gives reason to go down there. If you want to go see new women's sports team. And you were thinking, you mentioned that maybe for someone's home opener next year, maybe they would decide to like make that a marquee match by facing the most consistent team in women's soccer from the previous year or something in the KC Current, So Boston and Denver, man, could be viable spots for a early game from us.
That'd be a lot of fun. I've never been to Boston, but I've been to Denver quite a few times, and what a cool way to open up your home campaign in front of your pumped up crowd by having the most consistent and the best regular season team with a ton of star power as well. So I think that's certainly worth a trip if you're a fan here in Kansas City.
Oh yeah, I think so too. Dude, it's just one other thing to mention. Sunday was kind of a sad deal in a sense of we might have seen some players that for the last time. It's very possible you may never see Bailey Feist step on that field again as a KC Current player, or Haley Mace, maybe even Mary Long. Who knows how that goes? You'd hate to cut your own daughter out of the club, but Rocky Rodriguez, Katie Scott, Reagan Steigletter, and Bia, all out of contract. So keep an eye on those. You would have to think they're trying to do something with Bia. You know what I mean? You would have to think.
I would think so. I think the pros is, when you watch her play, there's nobody like her. Nobody has that hold up play. Her foot skill is amazing. There's not one player in this league that does what she can do in one package, and you can build an offense around it, as we've shown here. And she can fit in so many different ways and schemes in the front, but I think she's the one you really would like to. She's 31 years old and, she's been banged up. So I don't know if they look at that it is maybe a con in terms of signing her. And I don't know how much money she's going to command. And probably, quite a bit. She's up for MVP. I hope she comes back. I hope she enjoyed her time in Kansas City. Obviously, we have some other Brazilians that might make her feel at home. But there's no place like Kansas City with our fans, our facilities, our stadium. You're not going to get that anywhere else. So hopefully that's a big factor in her mind.
I would hope so. We'll have to wait and see. I'm sure we'll have to wait a couple weeks for those kind of announcements till the championship's open, or till it's over. But looking ahead, you got another 11 a.m. game this Saturday. Washington's hosting Portland. That's a hell of a game, in my opinion. Whoever goes through there is like not a surprise. I could pick either one of those teams to win.
Yeah, it's going to be in both teams went into extra time. So
yeah,
they're both going to be tired. Trinity Rodman was on the bench. She was available, but she did not play. So I don't know if they're kind of, and it went to PKs and she still did not come in. So, that just showed you that they have confidence they're going to move on. And it's going to be an exciting game, man. Portland's a pretty offensive powered team. So, them in Washington should be a very fun, entertaining game for somebody who's not a fan of those teams.
Yeah. And then on Sunday at 2:00, you got Orlando and New York. Fun times, man. Orlando will host that game. I'm rooting for Gotham here. I really am. I know there's certain people that are like, no, I'm not rooting for the people who beat us. And it's like, nah, on the contrary, I think they were viewed as the underdogs. And to see a number 8 take this whole thing would be pretty cool. And would justify our losing.
Exactly. Whenever you lose in a playoffs, unless it's a team that I greatly despise, it looks better when they win, right?
Yeah. That's how I feel watching, like, when I see Missouri football doing well and being ranked, I'm like, oh, KU almost beat them. Like, that says something for KU, I guess.
I don't know. I just don't like something about Orlando, man. I don't know. They just still bug me. I can't get over it.
But you love Marta, dude, which means we need to examine our friendship. Because that's just, I'm not a huge fan.
I mean, I love Marta for everything she's done. And like that run she made against Racing, I mean, just ran halfway across the field in her own half, dribbled up some people, got into the box, made a move, and then was clearly tackled, drew a PK, and gave it to her teammate who just came back from fighting cancer. So,
Jeez.
It's but then again, though, did you see the ref cam, by the way?
No.
They had a ref cam. Like, the ref had, like, I didn't see how he wore it, but it was like a GoPro almost.
Oh, really?
And these players are coming up and, like, just kind of making their case and getting their hands involved, and it was really kind of wild to see. Like, I have a little bit more respect for refs that, since I saw it from their perspective.
Huh.
I'm a fan. I know some people don't like it, but
that's cool. I'm all for new technology like that, man. Like, even watching wrestling, they got little turnbuckle cameras sometimes, and just be part of the action. It's pretty neat. We got umpire cams in baseball, right?
Yeah, they got ref cams in like some combat sports. Like PFL has a ref cam, so like you see what the ref sees, somebody gets,
WWE tried that with referees, and I'm like, I don't need this.
Yeah. But that's exciting, man. Good luck to all teams except for Orlando.
Yeah.
But
yeah, and I might try to watch. I think I have a free day Saturday. Don't think and Sunday, of course, Chiefs are back in action. So it just kind of I don't know, man. Sucks to be out. I'm not quite over it yet. Over our loss, but I'm trying. Please have some respect in my trying time. I'm trying to move on with my life here. And it's hard, man, when you love something so hard and it's just gone.
Dude, when that whistle blew, May started sobbing. And you were just like, and going back to that goal real quick, it looked like it was kind of her player that snuck out the back. And then Sharples was in front of her. It just such a tough play, such a clever flick from Shaw. But in the post-game press conference, Lowe mentioned that in the huddle, they mentioned playing for each other. And, she said it was the closest group she's ever been with. And she knows that not all of them will be back next year. I was like, man, when you hear your captain say that, it's just another gut punch.
Yeah, 100%. Well, the way this podcast looks moving forward here, obviously we're going to be keeping an eye on the playoffs, being fans of the sport and talking about those games to the best of our capabilities. And then off season is going to kick into gear, man, and we're going to be talking all the way the roster shapes up and what we need to do to get better and all that. But god dang, what a year!
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, be proud of it. How often do you get to live through having the best regular season, team in the league and just set as many records as we have? It was really kind of I don't know. It was so fun to be a part of it.
Yeah, I mean, we've never. I didn't read this earlier. We never lost to Gotham in our last 11 matches in all competitions. 11 matches. That's insane.
Jeez.
But, they did the number 6 seed in 23 and took the damn trophy. So you think they can't do it with the number 8 seed? I don't know, man. I'll say it again. I'm rooting for them. It'd be cool.
Yeah, I feel like to endure the weather they did to be the number 1 seed. I mean, they earned it. I don't want to throw any shade at their victory.
Oh, no shade at all. Leave that shade to their fans. A lot of unclassy responses online going on, so they know what's going on. So, is that it, buddy? You think we're good?
Yeah, man.
All right, folks. Thank you. There's the kibosh on the season. We look forward. We take a big cleansing breath and we move on, or at least try to. So, thanks for being here. As always, leave us 5-star rating and review. Hit Apple Pod, Spotify. Tell your friends about us. They're going to love us. And hit us up on nootherpod@gmail.com if you have any questions. You can get us on socials at nootherpod, at Dan Kooser, at Chris Wright 21. But for Chris, I'm Daniel. We love you guys. Talk to you next week.